So tell us, Victoria, how did this film come about for you?
This is my third short. It's my first horror short. I've done sci-fi comedies before this. And it was a bit of a story that was close to me. It's about a girl that's dealing with some abuse at home, and she decides to summon a demon to help her, but it doesn't quite go how she's expecting.
Tell us a little bit about casting that girl.
So the lead actress in the film is actually a pretty good friend of mine. So I did an audition for it, which is really good. She's a stunt actress. She's out of LA now. And I just showed her the script, and I said, I'd love it if you would consider doing this. She's about 17 in the script, but my friend is actually, I think she was about 25 when she did it. So I didn't feel so bad about doing some of the practical stunts with her, where I like throw her around a little bit. So that was, it's terrifying to throw your friend into a wall, but it was good because she was really enthusiastic to do those shots. So it was a lot of fun.
Now tell us how does it feel, or like comment a little bit about going into the horror genre. You were saying that you've done comedy and sci-fi before, but like tell us about now your experience with that.
I've produced horror films before, some shorts and a feature. So I'm pretty into the genre. I think it was just I've always written darker material, so it was a little bit odd that my first two projects were comedies. But it felt great. I mean, like this really felt like the first project that I've written and directed that was really spoke to me, and I think is spoken to some other people based on some of the comments I've gotten. So yeah, it felt amazing, and I'll definitely have more of them.
Tell us a little bit about perhaps were there any big challenges in regards to the film? Besides money, sorry.
Besides money, I was going to say, like every indie filmmaker, yeah, funding was a challenge. But honestly, people, I'm out of Vancouver, BC, and people there have been really generous with me with their time and talent to work on projects and sponsorship for equipment and locations. It's a really great environment. I mean, but other challenges were just, the performance was tough for my actress. So we worked a fair amount together, and she prepared endlessly for the role. So that was amazing. And then just the practical stunts. It's my first film where there were stunts. So it was terrifying. And I think the first two takes, I was calling action. And finally my stunt coordinator was like, well, actually, like on this one, like we'll call it because, then there won't be a delay between when you call action and when we do the pull. Right. So I was like, that's great. I can just go hide behind the monitor and just make sure everything looks good. And I don't have to, be the one like calling the shot that flings somebody into the air. So, so it was an amazing thing to do though, because I think it really adds something to the project. And I highly encourage anyone that has, ability to have practical stunts in their films to do it, because it looks great and everyone's enthusiastic, and it really makes the film feel like you're working on something awesome. Yeah.
Oh, well, so you're from BC. Tell us a little bit about, or Vancouver, right? And tell us a little bit about, there is like a film community there, and it's always growing. Tell us a little bit about that. And then, people think that's always here in Toronto, but there's actually a lot of things going on in Vancouver.
Yeah, I think we've got one of our busiest years this year. I think there are 52 productions going on right now in Vancouver. And as I understand it, the busiest year before that was about 35. So it's quite a lot. We do a lot of genre films there. We do a lot of the DC projects that air on the CW. We do a lot of genre, honestly. So we do have a fair amount of local Vancouver-based filmmakers that also do genre, and we've got crews that are experienced and actors that love it. So it is a good place to do some of those more experimental or more horror-based or sci-fi-based things. And we have rainforests and some city, and like there's a lot of good locations. Toronto's amazing. Like you guys have amazing film working going on out here all the time. But I think we have a little niche out there, which is good to work in. Although there's some back and forth. Like I like to spread it around a little if I can.
So tell us, how does it feel to be part of Blood in the Snow this year, and of course with your film?
It's been amazing. I mean, everybody that's been organizing the festival has been really supportive, and they've set up industry panels and press. Their screenings have been packed. This is a beautiful theater, right in downtown. So it's been a really great experience, and just the filmmaker networking events have been lovely.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.